Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be unlocking Ayaka's full potential with a brand new C2 as well as Furina C2. And on top of that, we're going to be trying out 3 of Ayaka's brand new builds. But first, just a quick word from today's sponsor. Thank you so much to Aniba for sponsoring today's video. If you are looking for a place to top up in your favourite gacha games, I cannot recommend Aniba more. Aniba is your one-stop shop for all of your gaming needs. Whether you're looking for digital game keys, gift cards, software, or in-game top-ups, this is your best choice. It also offers secure purchases, with every seller being vetted and your orders protected. They have 24-hour global support with an amazing team ready to assist. Delivery is fast and the savings are unbeaten. When topping up in your favourite gacha games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or Zenless Zone Zero, Aniba not only offer competitive discounts on in-game currency, but also provide cashback for further savings. And as an official partner for Genshin's top-up distributor, it makes topping up for cheap 100% safe. But you don't just have to take my word for it. Aniba has a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, with over 160,000 positive reviews. Please feel free to use my affiliate link in the description to start saving, and now let's get back into the video. Good morning, gamers! Today, we're making a video about Ayaka. Yay, yippee, yippee. Look, she's so excited to finally be relevant again. Look, she's so excited. We're doing a video about Ayaka today. Fortunately, we got, ignore this, we got a C2 copy of Ayaka. I already had C1 because I was trying to get Shiori and then I lost on the Chronicle, but we got C2 today. I also made a little bit more of an upgrade to my Ayaka team recently with C2 Furina, and I also got it at like 10 pity, so like, look! Look! It was like 17 pity. So, we're gonna test it out. I have to make a small confession. I have to make a small confession before we make this video. I tried to film this video last week. I got halfway through and the footage was all mucky schmucky. It didn't really look good. Technically speaking, I have already done half of this video, but if I pretend that I haven't done half of this video, can you pretend like I haven't done half of this video? And then we'll both act shocked when it happens. But anyway, before we get into this video, I probably should take you through— Ayaka! Stop speaking! I should probably take you through my builds for this team, talk you through how I built them, why I built them, and let's face it, I have no intentions of rebuilding my Ayaka. I have intentions of getting her better pieces. I have no intentions of putting her on a different build. I like the build that she is on currently. I will not be falling to the Marishose Hunter propaganda. I will never be farming that set again. If I ever get Nervalet, I will be putting him on Heart of Depth and you cannot stop me. We have the main lady here. Just because this is a Watts video, I will give you the TLDR. Yes, all of my characters are level 80. Yes, I am aware that they would do more damage if I leveled them to 90. I'll do it eventually. Get off my dick about it. We have our level 80 Ayaka. She is at 1800 attack, 60 over 231 with 129 ER. Given that this team is now triple cryo with the addition of a Scoffier back in 5 point whenever that was, I actually find that 130 is around enough. I wouldn't mind getting some more— Stop speaking! I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more ER, to be perfectly frank, just to make it that much more comfortable, and we'll mess around with some ER builds maybe later, but because of the way that I build my account, we are limited to pieces that I already have. I don't have spare pieces lying around. We will be stealing from other people. My Ayaka currently sits on Blizzard Straya. This domain hates me. All of these pieces that I have were either crafted with sanctifying elixirs or strongboxed. None of these pieces exist from farming that domain. It hates me. I've never been back. We have this piece that I got recently, which I crafted because it was so bad. But this is, well, this is 26. This is 40 CV-ish with a little bit ER. It's pretty good. I like this piece a lot. This one could be better. Obviously, it's about 30 CV. A little bit of ER. Very, very good. Building up that ER slowly. I know. This piece is not good. This piece isn't good. Low rolls for the crit damage. The crit rate was okay, and the HP percent, this would be much better if this was some ER on here, but this is my stat saver of a goblet. It has attack percent, which is also really, really good. The 20% ER is fantastic. Crit rate is quite low, but the crit damage is decent enough. I like this because of the ER. I do have a piece that I could arguably swap her onto for more stats in terms of crit damage and crit rate. I just prefer this piece because of the ER. It's a stat saver. I really like this piece. And besides, I have to save this for my Skirk when she eventually comes home. It's a fucking, it's on set. I don't care that it has ER. It's on set, and look at that crit damage. Look at that thing. That's 40 CV. This is my masterpiece. This is the only good piece I have ever gotten from Blizzard Straya, and it was from the strong box, to be fair. Look at it. How could you be mad at that? 16 crit rate? What the frig? As you may have seen earlier, her weapon is R2. I pulled a spare miss splitter for my clutching, and then I got another one. For some reason, I got another one. Do I regret refining this? Out of all of the weapons I do have refined on this account, I would say this is the one I regret the most, being the only one that I regret doing it with. In the sense that I don't sit here cursing myself out for it, but I think I wouldn't do it again. If I got another miss splitter now, I probably would refine it to R3, but I think if I were in the situation of getting one miss splitter, a second miss splitter, and then a third miss splitter, I probably wouldn't have refined it. In my mind at the time, I was like, what could I do with the third miss splitter I couldn't possibly do with the second or the first? Turns out builds DPS Lynette very well. So yeah, I have an R1 that's level 80, and I have an R2 that's level 90. If we just ignore this and we don't think about it, it's fine. Obviously, she is C2. As I said, I recently got her C2 due to the Temper Thyself to Journey Far event. I also got her C1 on the Inazuma Chronicled a little while ago, which I was very, very grateful for. Her C1 is crap. It's not very useful, but I like it regardless. And obviously she is 888 on all of her talents. Moving on, we have Shenhe, who is actually, ironically, the character that I will be picking next in the To Temper Thyself and Journey Far event. I will be going for my C2 Shenhe here, and I'll get into the goals for this team a little bit later, but she does have her signature weapon. Ironically, this is the reason why I actually own Skirk's signature weapon, was because whilst I was trying to get Shenhe's, I lost to it. So yeah, read it and weep, Skirk havers. Not only do I have an onset cryo damage goblet, I also have her signature weapon, and I have her premium team. Enjoy that however you want to. Shenhe's stats aren't particularly noteworthy. She's obviously level 80. She has 3,400 attack, so basically 3,500. She got a little bit of crit rate. She has some ER. Honestly, the C1 really does help reduce her ER requirements. You'll notice that a little bit later whilst we're going through the rotations. If you are going to pick for anybody's C1 from this To Temper Thyself and Journey Far event, I can highly recommend Shenhe if you use her, just because of the ER requirements going down so significantly with the addition of her C1. She's double 8 on her talents, so normal attack doesn't do anything, so I didn't really bother with it, and that's about it. Next up, we have Furina. Furina is my pride and joy on this account. I love her. She's one of my favorite characters. She was one of the first characters that I really, truly, properly wailed for when she came out in 4.2. She has 28,000 HP, which you might think is rather low, but you have to remember she is C2 now, which means that not only can you remove the need for a HP goblet due to the amount that she gains from her C2, but in all honesty, I really don't notice the difference. She has 28,000 HP. She's on 126 ER. Sometimes I do swap her to an ER timepiece, which to be perfectly frank, I might do for this video. Where's my Yalan piece? There we go. She still sits at 22,000, but with C2, it does sort of offset that loss of HP from stats. I just prefer it because I have no ER in the rest of her pieces. Even with this, she sits at 73 over 252 with 178 ER. Her weapon is R2. This was not a purposeful choice. I did pull for her weapon purposefully. I don't really recommend pulling for it. It's just a personal preference. I like to have characters have their signature weapon. I really don't recommend pulling for it just because of a couple of things. One, the existence of the Fleur of Cendre Ferryman working so perfectly for her, increasing elemental skill crit rate by 16, energy recharge in the base stat as well as the passive. It's a really good weapon for her. In my opinion, it was designed with her in mind, or at least with her adjacent. But there is also just a good old Favonius, and it works. It does the job. It gives her energy, it'll give the team energy, and you're already going to be building crit rate around her because of her damage potential, so it's sort of like a free bit of energy recharge. I recently got her weapon whilst pulling for Nefa's weapon, so yeah, I have this now, R2, because let's face it, who the frick else was going to use this? Technically speaking, I ironically probably shouldn't have refined the Key of Karshna's suit, kept the spare Splendor of Tranquil Waters, and then both Nilou and Furina could have had DPS weapons, but you live, you learn. Cheers on 4-piece Golden Troop. Ironically, Farina is one of my better built characters. I believe the other day when I checked Akasha, she was top 3%, which I'm pretty sure is my highest for Akasha. But she has some pretty decent pieces. I wouldn't say any of these are particularly awful. I think they're pretty good. Like I say, top 3%, I'm pretty happy with that. When she's on a HP piece, she's obviously a little bit better because she's got way more crit rate. And she'll be better when she ascends to 90, but that is what it is. She is 888 because I want to try DPS Farina shenanigans. That's just something I'm really interested in. I was really lucky when I got Farina. I won both of my 50/50s on her initial banner, which is where I did get C1, and I got my C1 really early. So I was really lucky with Farina. This entire team, apart from Shenhe, who I lost to every single 50/50 to and had to go to hard pity to, most of these were quite lucky. I got C1 to, I got C2 Ayaka for free. I got C1 Ayaka quite low pity. Shenhe was abysmal, we don't talk about it. Farina was really early for all of her stuff, and I won every single one of them. Escoffier, my pulls are actually on this channel. If you are interested in going and seeing my Escoffier summons, I'll put that on screen now for you to go and check out. These were also really lucky summons. She's obviously level 80, she's 2000 attack, she's 62 over 238. I would prefer her to have a little bit more crit rate. That is something I would like to strongbox for her eventually. Oh, she does ascend with crit rate, so she'll be at 67, so that's not awful. She does have a signature weapon. As with me, I'm very much a 5 stars. I would like for them to have their weapon. I like 5 stars to be C0R1. She is also on Golden Troop. One thing I would like to try out today that I didn't in the original video that I filmed, I would like to try swapping her to Tenacity, or even possibly trying out Song of Days Past. Maybe Cinder City, perhaps? I'm not sure on that one, but we're gonna mess around with Escoffier a little bit today as well to try and get out the most potential, because Escoffier does heal and her elemental skill hits so frequently. She can actually quite consistently proc Tenacity of the Millilith, and in terms of Song of Days Past, because she heals, it can also be viable for buffing. Generally speaking, in terms of buffing, Escoffier is usually recommended to be run on Tenacity of the Millilith if you are trying to buff like a character like Skirk. So I really don't see why Ayaka would be any different, so we can test that out. We can see what we can fiddle around with today. My Escoffier is C1. I got a double, my first ever double on this account. I have had a triple before. We go through this every single time. Watts likes to mention she has C2 Siegewind. We're moving on from it. We're moving on from it. We've quickly mentioned C2 Siegewind, and now we will continue with our day. I do have C1 Escoffier. I got very, very lucky, and I got a double. I got a Capturing Radiance double. It was very, very good. Given that my Ayaka is now C2, and given that my Shenhe in around 8 to 9 weeks will also be C2, my Farina is now C2, I am heavily debating on going for Escoffier C2. I don't mind pulling for it, considering how lucky overall this entire team has been for pulls. I am really tempted to go for C2 Escoffier. I won't go too into Constellation talk, but she is a really good character. I really enjoy Escoffier, even though I don't have Skirk. But that's about it. That's the team. Yippee! We have the ladies. All the girls are girling. So what we're going to do is we're going to test out every single aspect of Ayaka's kit. Generally speaking, because of Farina these days, her recommended... Stop talking! Generally speaking, because of Farina these days, you can run Marishose Hunter on pretty much anybody. Due to the fact that I think Ayaka can struggle with ER even in a triple cryo team, I do want to try out running her on an Emblem of Severed Fate build. So we're going to be trying out my original build, we're going to be trying out Marishose, and we're going to be trying out an ER build. Generally speaking, weapon will remain the same. We're going to be using Mistsplitter for all of these. We're going to try out Escoffier on 2 different sets and see what the vibe is there. I forgot to go over my Shenhes! I'm sorry! I got distracted! She's just on a 2-piece attack. Literally nobody cares. It's just attack. They're all attack and ER. We're going to try out all aspects of her kit, and we're going to compare the damage on every single aspect. So obviously there are going to be some ones that are a little bit more inflated than others. Marishose is going to have higher normal and charged attack damage than a set like Emblem of Severed Fate, but it'll have more burst damage. We're going to try her out with just Shenhe's buffs, and then we'll try her with Shenhe and Escoffier's buffs, and then we'll try her with the entire team's buffs as well, just so we can really truly compare the damage going into this and figure out which build you might prefer or which build I might prefer. So yeah, let's go and start looking at base stats. Okay, we're now gonna do the full rotation with everyone for the charged attacks, and then we'll do the same thing to the bursts. I've tried to put everybody on low enough HP so that Farina can really quickly get her fanfare stacks up. Okay. Elemental skill, charge attack. Okay, we didn't really get to see much. Great job, guys. Great job. I actually think we're probably going to struggle to showcase this. That's my main concern. I think we're getting to the point now where we're going to struggle to properly showcase it. Going to do the exact same rotation. So we're going to go straight in with Farina EQ first. I'm going to Escoffier EQ. I'm going to Shen her double EQ. And then I'm going to burst with Ayaka. Okay, I did see that. I think that's pretty good, no? Is that not good damage? We'll try her in the Abyss. The current Abyss is absolutely geared towards Luna Bloom and Luna Electro. So, we'll see what we can do. I know we definitively cannot do the final floor. We can't do the final floor of the first half without Dendro. We'll figure out the rest on the way there. Ignore how low level my Sucrose is. I'm building her currently. Don't judge. It could be you one day. Exact same rotation. 95. I forgot to burst with Shenhe. Fuck! Okay. And then I'm gonna burst just as he dies, so we get the full burst on this mech thing. I'm gonna re-put everything up. Go back in. Go back in. Kind of screwed up a little bit. Need a bit more ER. Don't think about it. I could use my burst, but I'd rather save it for the next floor. Considering the first half is Dendro, I don't think that's that bad, no? I think that's pretty good. Potato. Sucrose, can your burst fucking infuse, please? Thank you. It's not what I wanted it to infuse with, but it will do. Do you guys like my flins? Late! Isn't he too good? No, Sucrose! Sucrose, no! My Sucrose freaking died, man! No! Okay, we're just missing Shenhe burst, but it's fine. Look! And now I can just spend the rest of the rotation. I basically one-shot that thing! That was basically a one-shot, guys. Let me try swapping the team around. I can show off my Nefer a little bit. She's doing really well though, guys. Don't laugh at my Ayaka. She's trying her bestest. She's doing the best with what I gave her. I didn't get a potato. I didn't deserve a potato, apparently. Look at that. You like that? Lang! Man, she's killing it, look. I killed that, look! Somebody listen to me. Maybe I should just do a video about Nefer instead. Ah, where'd you go? Don't move. Stay right there. Wait. Guys. Wait, guys. Ayaka! She freaking killed it, guys. Ow. Ow. Not her. Question, the third guy on floor 3, can you actually break his shield without Electro? Can somebody fact check that for me before I get in there? Ta-da! Thank you, Farina. Guys, she's actually kind of killing. Look! Okay, it wasn't the fastest freaking clear, but like... Potato. This is the one that I'm a little worried about. Okay. I'm a little less worried now. Yes! Good to know. I can't wait until the Saritsa releases, and then I can finally have an Abyss that buffs Ayaka. Yep. Felt, I heard you. I killed that! Look! Who says Ayaka isn't freaking meta anymore? She killed the Abyss. It's not even designed for her. I suppose now is probably the time to test out some other sets. Let's find you a Marishose set. She now sits at 1950 attack. She sits at 33 over 263, but remember she gets 36 from the set of Marishose Hunters, which puts her at just short of 70 crit rate, so around 69, funny number. And that's about it. So let's start testing her out now. So we're going to do the exact same full rotation that we have been doing for the entire time. We're going to go EQ with Farina, EQ with the Escoffier, double E with Shenhe into Q, Elemental Skill, and Burst. I think there was a 51. That's pretty good. For a non-burst build, that's pretty decent. I'm quite happy with that. Same rotation. EQ with Farina, EQ with a Escoffier, 2 E's, and a burst. 45? 45 on the charged attack. That's pretty good. I quite like that. I think we should try it out in the Abyss again, to be honest. We probably won't do the entire floors. We'll just go straight in and go for the first one. Okay. Can I swear I pressed 4! Ooh, 42. Go in with that burst. I think that is the nice thing about doing this as a charged attack build rather than a burst build, is you can do the burst whilst you're trying to load up everything else. I mean, that felt pretty good. That felt pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. That actually felt really, really comfortable. I kind of want to try that again. It felt very comfortable. I mean, it's still a pretty decent hit on the elemental skill, even with it being just Marishose. And then I can use this burst whilst I go and stack up everybody else's bursts, which is quite nice. It's actually a lot nicer than I thought that was going to be. I'll give it that. I'll give Marishose that. That actually felt really comfortable. And one of the things about Ayaka is she has quite a high burst cost. It's what? It's 80, so it's relatively high. The nice thing about Marishose is because you're not focusing on burst as a damage output, it does reduce the ER that you'd need, which is nice. I kind of like that, actually. I did kind of like that. I'm kind of a fan. I should probably swap her. Do we have anything with slightly more crit rate? Because 56 I really don't think is going to be enough. There we go, 63, that's not too bad. With Cryo Resonance, that puts her up to, what, 78? Yeah, 78. That puts her up to 78, that's not too bad. Back to the mines we go. Full rotation! Let's go. I'm actually really hopeful for this one. Burst! Okay, a 50. I saw a 50 up there. Didn't we get 50 with the Marachose? Did we not get 50 with Marachose, which isn't a burst one? That's a shame. I actually think Marachose did end up working better. Now is the fun part. I don't really want to try and clear the abyss. I'm kind of done. Somebody, the Nazis Kreutz is calling me. I'm sorry. Now is not the time, Nazis Kreutz. 68 over 211. That's not bad. So let's see how much we can get. If I come out of filming an Ayaka video needing to rebuild my Escoffier, I'm going to be severely angered. Even with this new build, I've said it a million times today, it's going to be the exact same rotation. Honestly, did that feel a little cleaner? Abyss time. That felt a little cleaner to me. That felt a little better. I don't know whether that's just me hoping that I didn't just waste my entire day, but okay. There we go. I didn't do the thing. Ooh. Wait, why is this eating? Why is this kind of good? Okay, let me try that again and try and not miss my burst. Don't miss, don't miss. Where were you aiming, Ayaka? Oh, perfect. Perfect. Get him. I still don't think it's that good, though. I don't think I've been convinced yet to swap Escoffier over to Tenacity. Yeah. I don't think the buff to Ayaka is enough to offset the loss of the damage from Escoffier. Because, like, my Escoffier was hitting 100k on a burst. Ayaka might be doing more damage, but Escoffier is not. I don't know, I think I prefer the overall team DPS of having her on Golden Troop. We still cleared and we still cleared with good time. I really just don't think I like her on that set. Ayaka herself might be benefiting from the attack percent buff that Tenacity of the Millilith provides. I do not think it is enough to offset the loss of the team DPS that you lose putting her off of a non-offensive set like Golden Troop. So I definitely think I won't be changing my Escoffier build around, as a surprise to I think nobody on that one. But overall, this was a super fun test to see how I liked her. I enjoyed messing around with Ayaka. She's fun. The C2 is incredible. I mean, C2 was considered her absolute prime back in the day. This is an insane constellation with her 2 mini bursts that it provides. She's fantastic. C2 Farina is fantastic, allowing for a less HP build and building more important stats. I mean, not important stats, but you know what I mean. Being able to build ER a little bit easier and having a Hydro damage goblet for an increase of her personal damage. This team is high investment. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is the most free-to-play friendly team. You have an R2 weapon, an R2 signature weapon. You have multiple C2 constellations, C1 constellations. It's an expensive team. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is the most available team to everybody, but this is a fun team that I am happy to invest in my account with my money and my primos and my time. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really truly appreciate it when you guys comment, leave likes, everything, share the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you once again to the amazing supporter of this channel and sponsor of today's video, Iniba. I highly recommend you go and check them out. All of their links will be in the description down below, as well as in the pinned comment. I stream 3 days a week on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I also do some extra streams here and there. If you want to check me out, link in the description. I post a YouTube video every Sunday. I post shorts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Can you fuck off? Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to film my outro. Ayaka! Pay attention! Thank you. I am on all platforms, which are all down in the description down below, but thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in the next one. Kiss kiss, bye bye, and drive safe.